Hey guys, what's going on? This is Quentin, aka Mr. CPMD, aka Mr. Crypto Pays Me Daily, and I am back. Today is Thursday, June the 19th, and man, an action-packed video that we've got for you today. We got some incredible information to share with you. I know I have not done a lot of content here in 2025, and that's all for a reason. That's all strategic. And that's because I only want to bring to this community solid opportunities that just are very legitimate and that can be very lucrative and profitable for you long term. All right. We don't want any of these quick, fly by night, deals and platforms and opportunities. It's not what I'm looking for here. So, as you know, I've been in the lab working on a lot of things. And today we're going to talk about one of those things that really caught my attention. And that's just because of what I've seen happen with things that are similar in the past. And so this was something that I absolutely had to be a part of. And I've got a guest today that I'm going to be bringing up as well to talk about this opportunity, one of the top leaders in this opportunity. We're going to talk about that as well. So before I jump right into it, guys, if you have not subscribed to the CPMD or the Crypto Pays Me Daily YouTube community, guys, take a second, hit that subscribe button. Make sure to drop a comment if you have any questions, and go ahead and hit that like button. All right. And if you're not in the private CPMD community, which is on Facebook, there's a link in the description where you can join that community. Make sure that you answer all 4 questions so that you can get in. Why? Because there's been some information dropping there that the channel has not seen. All right. We got some things coming up next month. July 1st is going to be a very big day, big launch date for something that I've been working on for a very long time. And there'll be information inside of that community about it. Of course, it'll be here at some point as well. All right. So appreciate the support, guys. Just know that I'm still here. All right. I just haven't been here as much, and that's because I'm just waiting on the right things. All right. So without further ado, it's time to bring up our guest today. So I got a special guest on the channel. This is a gentleman. Let me tell you, first off, I have a lot of respect for this gentleman. This gentleman has been very successful in the industry of networking, direct sales. I watched this gentleman just climb the ranks of multiple companies. And now it's even more amazing to just kind of see the transformation of how he's kind of moved from that traditional network marketing and direct sales, now moving more into this digital, age, right? With the digital assets and, a lot of the financial assets and financial markets and things. And, it's almost kind of like some of the things that were happening in the past, they were a lot more challenging, right? But now they're taking the skills that they, were able to learn through, that journey through just traditional direct sales. And now they're applying it to some of these newer concepts. And this is a newer concept that we're going to talk about today. So have a lot of respect for this gentleman. He has made multiple 7 figures in the industry. He's a family man. And this man invited me into his home here just about a month ago, where we actually got to sit face to face with the founder of what we're going to talk about today, Mr. Kevin Ross. And I got to get me some nice, cool gear. Got my Xeta shirt on. But a gentleman, again, that just has a kind heart. He helps a lot of people. He's helped tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people all over the world and just about any and everything. He has a lovely wife, lovely family. And I'm just really honored to be in partnership with this gentleman because I already know when he gets his hands on something, he absolutely blows it out of the water. So just to be a part of it with him, I'm just going to tag along for the ride. And so without further ado, I want to bring up Mr. Samuel Bean. Sir, are you here?
Man, I'm just trying to stop smiling because, you do such a great job at bringing people up. I'm like, if I could afford you, I'd take you on this 4-city tour that we're going on. But you worth too much money, man.
Oh, man. Hey, we can work something out. We can work something out.
Well, I'm first of all, I appreciate you actually doing this because, the project is huge. And when you do huge projects, you want to be, front row with people who are front row to the world. And I have always had a lot of respect for you when it comes to you being an influencer and how you deliver the news. You go out there and how you launch different products and projects. I'm like, hey, look, whether I'm on this thing or not, I just want him, letting the world know what we have our hands on, because I know people respect you.
Man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I do my best, man. I try to, be very genuine with people, very honest, very open. And again, I want to bring things to I want to change people's lives. At the end of the day, that's what the goal is to change our lives, and then also go out there and help positively impact, the lives of other people. And so, to be able to do that, with gentlemen like yourself, hey, I'm like I said, happy to be along for the ride, and and I'm here for whatever you need.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I know you got the box, and so I know you got a chance to sit, like you said, in the living room and meet Mr. Ross. And
Right.
You've been in this space, the blockchain space, and also being around technology. If you want to, you just kick us off and kind of let us know what that experience is like, if you don't mind.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was maybe 3-4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Let me first say this. The wings that they had for us to eat were off the chain. Man,
Mike
we had some good
Seafood.
wings. We had some fried rice. I mean, hey, let me tell you. Hey, when Mr. Bean invites you to his home, just know you're gonna have a nice, good meal when you get there. Uh,
Mike Seafood did the wings. Kim Bean did the rice. You know what I'm saying?
hey, and it was I had a couple plates. But now it was an incredible event. I was probably 20 of us maybe that were in your home with Mr. Kevin Ross. So if you don't know, Mr. Kevin Ross is the CEO of Xeta. And he came down to Mr. Sam Bean's home. And if you even go look in my group, I know in my private community there, I actually posted that live stream that you did from your home. And we really got to understand the passion and the reason behind why Mr. Ross is doing what he's doing with this project. And one of the things that I'll tell you this, when I said moving forward, if there's an opportunity that presents itself, I need to know exactly who I'm aligning with. If it's a person on the other side of the world that I can't see, that I can't, feel, talk face to face, shake their hand, have people that I know that have a strong relationship with that person. If it's not me, even just people that I know that I have a strong relationship with, that have a strong relationship with the people behind the project, that disqualifies it for me wanting to do anything with it. I don't want to do anything with the project anymore, because I've seen what the end result when that happens is, and most of the time it's everyone gets hurt at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And so being able to sit there and just really feel his compassion, his energy, his knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
it blew me away. It blew me away, because not only is this, blockchain technology, we're of course we're dealing with cryptocurrency, but we're also dealing with just some real traditional kind of technology that you already have and use on a daily basis inside your home,
Right.
but being able to improve on it and make it even better. And so a lot of the things that I look for just lined up, real usability, high demand for these types of things that we're going to be talking about. And does it solve a problem, right? Does it solve a problem that's a problem that is in demand, right? That people need to really solve. And so I really enjoy just getting to really feel Mr. Ross, his passion, his knowledge. And you can tell that's one thing that I think I do a pretty good job of, is I can tell when a person is genuine and if their heart's in the right place. And that's what I felt when I was in your home that day.
Yeah, he impressed me. Honestly, I've dealt with a lot of people who've owned a lot of companies, and his aura, his humility was really different. A lot of people are off-putting based on where they perceive themselves, on the economic hierarchy, and they really and truly look down on people. Well, he, was set amongst the crowd, and he just told people how if he died a billionaire, he would be considered as a failure to himself, and that's because he wanted the money that he earns and generates to go out there and help the masses, people around the world. And so I thought that was real huge. But the fact that he was put himself in a position where he flew into our home and said, "Hey, look, I just want to go out here and do this with you guys face to face," and he put a human touch to it. I said, "You know what? Let's bring some people here," and he was okay with that, and I was able to get you guys there, and people were really excited about being able to asking questions and get those answers and see the vision as he's putting it out for the company and what we're going to be light years ahead of us. So that was pretty impactful for me as well.
Awesome. Now, I know before we go any further too, just so this thing we can connect the dots for people. Well, what is Xeta, right? And what are we really talking about? And what is this technology? How does this technology work? What is the benefit of it? And I kind of want to go into that just a little bit. In simple terms, and I love it. If you ever go to their website, which is Xeta.net, you're going to see a very clean website. You're going to be able to see, quite a bit of information on the website. Matter of fact, here, let's hop over. Let's just take a look at it. We're here, so
real time.
Yeah. Let's take a look at it. Let's see if I can share that. All right. Can you see my screen there?
Got it.
You can see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So, as you can see, it's a very clean site. I just want to kind of scroll down so you can kind of take a look at some of these products. Now, these boxes that you see, this is what we're going to kind of focus on here for the moment. What are these boxes? These are servers, right? And they're designed, and these things are available right now. I mean, if you wanted to go into a Best Buy right now, you would be able to find some similar type of technology there inside of a store. But this right here, what it does is it's basically something that you can connect in your home to your internet or to your home network that will improve upon what you have there, meaning your connection, your range, your speed, all of these different things that, of course, we stay connected to the internet 24/7, right? And I know specifically for me, I live up in high. I'm on the 25th floor in a high rise, and the cell towers don't really work. I don't really get great service. I might get 1 or 2 bars while I'm, in my home. So for me, the Wi-Fi is very important because I have to stay connected 24/7. Right. Sometimes I'm looking at, charts, and I'm not a huge trader, but I do get in dibble and dabble, but I'm always needing to be connected. Right. And I need a reliable connection. And I do have great speed here. We have fiber connection here where I live. But one of my main issues is that where I'm at right now, to the other side, I drop my Wi-Fi signal because there's just so much in between where my router is and where I'm in the other room using my phone, and I drop connection. So when I saw this, I said, well, this right here will solve a problem for me. First off, is because this will extend my range. I think it's I think it said maybe 5,000 square feet or so in coverage that you can get. And so for me, that solves a problem, right? If I get faster speed, if I get more range, if I get a better connection, that's great. I also have some boxes that sit back here that are connected to the internet that mine tokens. I need to be connected. It's important that I have a great connection. So for me, there was value just from what I was being shown. And we'll talk about the price because that was even more value. We'll get to that. But this is what we're going to be talking about are these boxes. Now, just imagine, and I know I'm probably going off just a little bit, but there were some other projects that came out. One is in particular, I'm going to mention it. And this is not to say anything bad about the project or anything like that, but there was a project called Helium. I still right now in my living room have this little black box that's plugged in that had this antenna that I ended up running out into the, outside. and it would mine the helium token. We saw that token go from pennies up to, I think, maybe what, $40, $50 range. And all people were doing was just connecting these boxes to earn these tokens, right? And it was serving a purpose, of course, for the company and the things that they did, but we were earning those tokens. But I got to that party a little bit late. I didn't really make any money from that project because I wasn't early. When I tell you about this opportunity, when I say it's early, that would even be an understatement. We are still almost in a pre-launch phase, we this thing isn't even live, but the tech is live. We're gonna show it to. I'm gonna show you some of that today. I just got some stuff in yesterday. I'm gonna unbox it for you in this video today, live. But the product is already there, and we got a chance to use it in Mr. Bean's home. There's about 20 people that were using the Wi-Fi while we were there. They were live streaming that whole event. And guess what? The internet was lightning fast. I had not one issue using the Wi-Fi while I was there. Now, how do we tie this all into the opportunity? Well, one of the things that I love on this homepage, let me see if I can find where it says it. Here it is. Earning Xeta tokens by number one, and this is just about as simple as it gets: plugging in a device, hosting data, running compute, sharing bandwidth, and the longer you're online, the more you earn. You're getting paid to be connected and to be online, something that nobody that's watching right now has to be told to do or reminded to do. We stay connected 24/7 to the internet. And now you're going to be able to get rewarded by doing so. Now, if that doesn't sound like a most amazing thing you probably heard in a while, I mean, please tell me what you heard, because I would love for you to share it with me. But that's what we're looking at, is being able to just be connected and be online and being able to earn. Not to even mention, if you never earned a token, you're getting technology that is solving a problem inside of your home. It's adding to what you may already have in your home. It's increasing what you already have in your home. And so to me, it made sense. And, as they say, if it can make sense, it can make dollars, right? And to be able to be a part of this before the world has any clue of what's really happening, that's where you are right now. Imagine knowing what you know now. If you could go back to helium and you could be there day one, where would you be now? That's where we are. And we are offering even more with this product than you would get anywhere else. And there are your boxes right there. So I'm going to stop sharing it so we can get back to, I know I was kind of going off just a little bit there, but any thoughts you want to share on that? But that's what I took from sitting in your living room that day, being able to hear a gentleman explain these things to us, and then now to having the box, in home. This is where we are. This is where I'm at with this deal. But it was a little bit mind blowing that we're gonna get paid to do what we're gonna be doing.
But it's crazy, and I'll go backwards because it's like, for a person, just plugging it in and getting paid at some point in time, being able to get rewards for using it, knowing you're going to use it anyway. It's kind of like a NBA player who are already dunking a basketball for free, but saying, "Hey, look, you're going to pay me to do it, no problem." So it's something you're going to do without even thinking about it. People cannot live their life without the internet, without Wi-Fi. Especially if you have kids, if you have kids and no Wi-Fi, you have a problem. Like my kids literally, when they were younger, would not go to, one of my aunt's home because she didn't have internet and Wi-Fi. It's like, no, we're not going to do that one, because they want to be on their devices. And when I even bought, man, you talk about this, that the house that we did the event in, when I first bought this house years ago, 6 years ago, the internet around here was so bad, that the service was so bad that I had to go to the second floor to use my phone. and we had people come in and install different systems, and so finally we got a person to install a mesh system with 3 servers, 3 different routers around the house, and it got it so it was functional, and I was able to do business. But when I had to do Zooms, I still had to make sure the kids got off all the Wi-Fi, so they had to turn off PlayStation, PS2, their phones, PS, whatever it was, and I became public enemy number one for an hour or 2 hours, depending on how long I was going to be on Wi-Fi, right? And so uh, the way that we had this thing set up now, when he hooked it up and turned it on, showing us the speeds and what it used to be and what it is now. Um, I'm not a tech person. All I knew was the numbers were a lot bigger, after than they were before. But everybody's internet came right on. Everybody had their cell phones running at peak capacity in the house. 20 plus people in the home, kids on devices, everything. And now when I do Zooms, like right now, my kids are on the other side of the house playing Madden this summer. They're playing Madden right now on the other side of the house, screaming and hollering. And I'm no longer public enemy number one. So that's kind of where we're at right now, man. It's just that crucial. Plus, like you said, I'm online. I have 3 phones. I have all kind of computers around here, and devices that have to be lit, all the time. And so without the Wi-Fi service, it's crazy. Now, when you talk about just the coverage area, I couldn't have a phone call outside by the pool. I can't. And it's crazy because when I'm going outside the house, my phone break up, right? And it's just like people like, oh, you must be outside, and they know I'm outside walking around on the phone because it breaks up. They know. Right. But now it's like it don't matter. While I'm pulling in, pulling out, they have no idea based on the fact that 5,000, and I have 2 boxes, because I want one on that side of the house, one on this side of the house, just short of 5,000 square foot home, but I want everything. Right. I want everything. I don't want no gaps. I want to make sure every inch outside the house is covered as well. So I'm excited about just that. Even if they didn't give me any tokens or rewards for it, they've already enhanced the quality of life for me and my kids and how we do business and enjoy ourselves around here.
Right. And we're going to talk about the promo of what you can get and cost of that, so stay tuned because you don't want to miss that part. But one of the things I kind of wanted to talk about while we were here, you said you had your boxes, around the house, right? And you want to be connected, right? I could only imagine in your household how many devices are connected. I know just in mine, it's when I look in my app and my my internet service provider app, it shows you the connected devices, and I'll get notifications when devices are connected. But we got to think about like how many things we really have connected right now. I mean, from iPads, right, to your phones, to my laptop, my TVs, my
Security.
stove, my washer and dryer, like all of this stuff connects to the internet.
Everything.
I mean, literally everything, like literally everything connects to the internet. And so when you have all of these devices running, these boxes back here, it just goes on. It's so many different things that stay connected all the time. And it's like, these things will bog that connection down. They will slow it down. And you notice you got Netflix, and then now it's buffering and all these different things. And so now, and like I said, when I remember at your house, we had 20 plus people on there. Multiple people were streaming. Yep. Multiple people were streaming that event. They were recording it live and streaming it. Not to mention other people that were just on their phones and on their internet. And if I'm not mistaken, when I did a speed test, it was still like 600, 700 megs download speed with all of those individuals on there. So yeah, it's impressive. Like I said, the tech itself was just impressive to me. And that, if nothing else happened, was valuable.
Yeah.
But there's more, right? And I'll let you talk about the more and kind of what that looks like and pricing and all of that stuff.
Well, the one thing I like when you said going into Best Buy, like you have the Eero Tower, I had 3 Eeros in my house when they came and networked my home and for the mesh system, and one box that we have actually replaced it. Those all 3, and with better power. And when you look at this box, because the value really, before you even talk about price, when you look at for people who, are junk food enthusiasts, you don't frequent chips, what I'm saying? You're a health nut. And but if you open up a bag of chips and you look down at that bag, you're depressed. You pay full price for a half of a bag of chips. And that's kind of how you buy your internet these days. That's how you buy your Wi-Fi. You don't get 100% of everything that you pay for. And that when you look at this box, it's a booster. It's kind of like me and you both buying Urises, Lamborghini Urises. The next thing you know, we hit the gas, but you hit the nitrous button and you leave me, in like where I was. And that's what our box is, even though the prices are about the same. They like Kendrick Lamar said, they're not like us. When you look at this situation that we're in, guys, there's not one box out there on the market that you can buy that at some point in time, when you get the density to a certain percentage in the area that you live in, where you can now create your own ISP, you can now start to decentralize the internet and all other things that it does.
And we didn't even talk about that.
I know.
We didn't even go that deep.
I'm gonna let you dive into that again wholeheartedly, but I just want them to see, when you talk about that price, you cannot afford to not have this box, because there's a power in privacy when you talk about decentralization that people are willing to pay for. Companies, homes, people who have stuff to hide, people have stuff to protect. You don't want your stuff in the cloud. You want your stuff, where nobody can find it, period. And so when you talk about the price, $13.50 for a box that does all of that is crazy. But for people who are taking advantage of first movers advantage, it's $6.75. As a matter of fact, I see Ken in the audience. Ken, he didn't even wait for the discount code. He just bought it and he paid $13.50 for it. And so when we said, hold on, we give you a refund, he said, no, don't give me a refund for the other one. Just send me another box. He bought 2 sets, and so because of the price point is amazing on it, right? And like my sister works from home. She's a single mom, works from home, and I'm one of my second sets of boxes that I bought, I'm sending to her. I have another sister who works from home. I'm not even having them buy it, but I'm just buying the boxes because, one, it's helping them with what they do from home. Two, it's mining, and so at some point in time, I'm getting the rewards for the mining side of it. But as this is when you talk about value, the value on the situation is ridiculous. $6.75 for one of these boxes. When people, once they really understand how much it does, they will gladly pay $2,500, $3,000 for one of these boxes with no problem.
Yeah, the boxes that if you go to Best Buy, that's the price. That's what you're paying, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 for one of these boxes, right now. And we don't know how long this is. This actually wasn't even supposed to be going on now. If I'm not mistaken, I think we probably went through the promo number of boxes already, or we're probably very close to it.
Almost.
Yeah, we're probably very close to it. So, and this is not a FOMO or trying to make you move and go get one real. They're $675 with the promo code. Let me put that up for you just real quick. There you go. Xeta server box is now on special promo. It's 50% off, so you're getting at $675, right? And included, you're going to get 50,000 Xeta tokens. Now, you'll need the link there is in the, if you see it at the bottom right there, you'll see the link as well. And the promo code at the end, when you get ready to pay, you'll just put in Quentin Bradford, and that'll bring that price down to $675. Now, we don't know when that's going to end or when they're going to run out or when the end of that is. I would just say, if you had funds, take advantage of it. Never, if tokens never become a penny, if they don't worth anything, you're still going to have some incredible tech that we've all been able to use and test, and it absolutely works. It works phenomenal. But if, and I don't like to always overpromise and all of those different things, if we even did anything crazy and we had a $1 token, that's a $50,000 return. If we hit 10,000, if we hit $10, if we hit $50, you can see where that can go, right? And I'm gonna tell you, we're early. We're so early that they have not even released tokenomics yet, right? That's how early you are in this opportunity. And so I'm not going to sell you on the value of what the tokens can be. I want to sell you on the value of what the product is. And I want to tell you, hey, the tokens are an added bonus. And that bonus can pay you very well, because this tech is real. And again, we didn't even talk. There's no way we can tell you everything in this, short video. But I mean, there's so many things that can happen once these boxes are all over the place. There's your own networks, your own service, internet service that can be provided through these boxes. There's all kinds of incredible tech, decentralized networks, right? In companies. I know here we have a lot of chemical plants and refineries. What if you wanted to set your own network up, private from everything else, that only function inside of that refinery? Those are the types of things that can be done with this type of technology. So very, very incredible. I want to take some time because I want to actually unbox. Right, I got mine yesterday in the mail. I hadn't even opened it yet. And just kind of take a look at what these boxes look like, the size of them. I haven't hooked them up yet. I know there's a lot of people that most people that had orders in. We were told at your home it was about a 90-day shipping process, but about 90 days before those boxes shipped, and we got them in less than a month.
Yep.
And here at our doorsteps, most people got them yesterday. Some people have already got them running inside of the WhatsApp community. We've already had people taking screenshots before and after of their internet speeds. All of these things are already happening, and people have got them hooked up and going.
Yep, the energy is in there. As a matter of fact, I see Doug Sessions on here, and Doug is actually in Memphis, and he bought 20 boxes. And the crazy part about it is he bought 20 boxes. He bought 20 boxes, and this is what he's doing. He's taking those boxes and he's taking them to big homes in his community as well as small businesses, and he's hooking them up in their places and saying, "I'm gonna let this stay here for a week." And he's letting people get used to it and get addicted to the speed, the download, upload speeds, the coverage, and everything else. And he's gonna come back and either pick up the box or pick up the money. But one thing for sure, he still has those tokens in his possession.
Wow. So that's what 50,000 times 20. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's 1 million tokens.
Wow, that's 1 million tokens.
Yeah, I got a builder in California. As a matter of fact, Fabian has a builder in California who bought 10 boxes. He's coming back to buy 10 more, and he's actually putting those boxes in the homes that he's building.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's yeah. Some people they see the opportunity. And again, we've already had a chance to see similar type projects that have kind of done the same thing, but none of them have offered the value that you're getting here.
Yeah,
they just haven't given you the value, right?
And shout out real quick to Evans Kaganye in Kenya. See you, Evans. Evans Kaganye in Kenya. He's actually going to the malls. And he's going to apartment complex owners and property owners, and he's now pitching the boxes, to each one of those stores in the malls and to the mall owners, because all of them have their own, individual routers in their stores. And every one of those apartment complexes and condo units out there that he's dealing with, because he's in real estate out there as well, they're now pitching that to all the owners of the condos and flats and people who live in those apartments. So that's his move right now. He's trying to be the market leader for the Nairobi, Kenya. So
and that answers one of the questions that we had in the chat down here too, because someone asked, "Will this work in South Africa? Do you have internet?" I mean, anywhere there's internet, this can work. And I mean, we all know that the internet's everywhere. I mean, it's a part of life we can't live without. So. This is a global opportunity. This is why it's such a big opportunity, because guess what? There is no language needed here. This plugs, cables, and you can see they actually come with some really nice adapter here. You got your cable, data cable, your cat cable, cat 5, and then here's what the unit looks like. If I can get it, let me see if I can get it without my face. So it's very nice, very clean. I mean, how I couldn't imagine this being very hard to connect. I did get the instructions. They're inside of the description, so you can get them there. But there's also posted here on the side. So it's a quick setup. I'm gonna get this set up today. And not only is it this, but there is also a second. All right, not only one. You actually get two of these same boxes, and you can just place them strategically inside your home. So $675 gets you both of these, right? And there's a little bit of tax, a little bit of shipping, and then you get the 50,000 Xeta tokens as well. So just the value that you get there, I can't.
And you know what?
Value.
And there's a value, guys, an intrinsic value when it comes to being a humanitarian. And when you look at Mr. Ross, his goal is to go out there and provide internet for everybody around the world. We're talking about making the world one big hotspot, basically, because 2/3 of the children that are out there don't have access to the internet. And you guys are online every day looking at commercials talking about how adults are using chat gpt from a simple mindset. You have kids who don't have internet at all. You talk about the divide and how far behind they are because they don't have access to the internet. Okay. And so when you look at that mission and getting these boxes all around the world and getting them networked from one to the other, and and creating this big hotspot hub where people can use the internet that don't have it in their homes, guys, that's a huge deal. So international and domestic, we're solving that problem. On top of the problem when it comes to all of the stuff that people are doing to the environment when it comes to them now producing, these AI mining and mining centers or data mining centers and stuff like that. Which again, that's over my head from a tech perspective, but I do understand this. When you don't have to do all the things that they have to do, to create, and compute and resource out all the things they are doing, and we're doing the same exact thing, if not better, with just networking one box from one house or one apartment, one building, one office to another. As we're undeniably, better for the earth, better for the humanity, and very, very efficient, effective what we do and how we're doing it.
Right. And I see some good questions, guys. If y'all have any questions, we'll try to get them all answered. Just post them there in the chat. I'm sure a lot of the questions that you probably have, a lot of others probably have those same questions. So feel free to post them there. But this is a global opportunity. They can ship these worldwide. It's not limited. It's not limited to certain areas. So the 50K tokens too, just so you know, again, like I said, the tokenomics have not been released. The tokens have not been released, all of these things. But I mean, these are things that have, already been stated that you will get with that purchase. Also too, for those who may also have a community that they want to bring this to and share with, there is, an affiliate side of this where you can share that link with your community. They can be a part of it. And then you'll also have a link for any product sales that you want to give that link to someone who wants to make a purchase. So you'll have all of those things. There's so much, guys, that we could talk about with this, and we're really just touching the surface of it because we don't want this to be something that just kind of loses you, but we really want to keep it very surface level so that you can understand the value. Really, that's what it is, the value. The tech side of it, you will learn those things as we go forward. But the real value right now is just in what the product actually does and the problems that it can solve within your home or enhance inside of your home. And then the fact that, yes, for those people who are, the crypto heads like myself who understand the value of being early in a project, getting those tokens early, being able to start earning tokens early. That's where the real value comes in this opportunity. So
yeah, And like I said, that, we look at the boxes. The excitement is that I've never been a tech guy. I've always been grateful for people who can write code and do all this other good stuff. And but I find myself geeking out about this stuff right now. Every time I hear them have this conversation, and people ask questions that go over my head, but when he delivers the answer, it makes more sense, and it puts me in a position where I become more and more consumed with the mission and the vision. For him, he's never, even as the CEO, of WeLink, company that he took and did big things with and dominated, when it came to the internet and other stuff, that we're providing. He never went out in the field like this, and so he's really on a tour, like saying, "Hey, look, I want to go meet the people. I want to go to these markets, and I want to go and get their questions answered. I want them to hear the vision and feel my heart and my passion." And so we'll be, in Memphis on the 21st. We'll be in the DMV in Maryland on the 24th. We'll be back in Houston, on the 26th, and we'll be in Atlanta on the 28th. And I will have him in tow. So I'm just telling you guys, you really and truly, if you're in any of those markets and you really want to get an up close and personal feel for this project, the CEO himself, again, he will be in those markets, and you get a chance to come in, no ticket cost. This is a free event for you guys, and he's there to answer your questions, in person.
Hey, you can't ask for anything more than that, to hear, directly from, the CEO and the creator. So that's gonna be pretty incredible, just to kind of, I mean, these guys are serious. I mean, they're going around, the country here, sharing this, with some real key leaders in this space, because they want to share with the world and they want to spread it, right? And they're gonna, use the leadership that and the relationships that they have to spread this thing all over the place. So, only thing I can tell you is, if you are able and you see the value in it, take advantage. Take advantage of it while it's available, because I can guarantee you these boxes won't stay 50% off.
No,
And there was supposed to be 500, I believe, that were going to be sold at that price with the 50K tokens. And then after that, it's going to go back to 1350. So,
right. As a matter of fact, they were actually last Monday. This Monday actually just passed. It was supposed to go up to 1350, and then I contacted the CEO himself and the CEO of Bill, who brought them on board, and I asked him. I said, "Look, we're going on a tour. If you can please just allow us a moment to get all these people on this tour, to have the boxes at 675, I'd appreciate it." So I can tell you this, after June 30th, you'll never see. June 28th is the last event. After June 30th, you'll never see 675 again. That's for sure. I can promise you that.
If they don't sell out before.
Exactly. That part. That part.
Sell out before. Yeah, I saw someone said, Angela said, I purchased mine. It's due to ship in August. Mine was due to ship in 90 days, and it came within a month.
Right.
Yeah, 3 to 4 weeks. It was at my home. So I'm not going to promise you that it will be earlier, but chances are that's what we've been seeing happen. These boxes, one of the key things that he says, we don't have any issues producing boxes. He said the manufacturer that they use can get out any number of servers that they need. And so that was key. Very key.
Now, one thing I can say is the first 1,000 boxes, are here. That's why you're starting to get yours. And for those of you who sent me, my box will be here in August. Like I said, that's going to be here a lot sooner. It'll probably be here this month, if not next month, in the beginning of it. We have 20,000 more boxes that are already on the water. They'll be here in 60 days because that's how long, 60 to 90 days max, because that's how long it takes for them to get there. And then we have another 30,000 of boxes that are coming in, once that last shipment is 60 days out. So again, that the boxes are coming. We won't be short of boxes. We're just short of people who see the value of it right now.
Yeah. I mean, and it wouldn't be a problem if we were.
Exactly.
If we were short, because that means a lot of people saw the vision and took advantage of it. So, so yeah, I mean, any other things that you might want to share, or any things you want to add in?
One thing I do want to say is this. Like I said, we go back because, again, when you talk about, Kevin Ross, you talk about the CEO, and people talk about integrity, and I tell people all the time, they say, I met this guy, I met this gal. They have so much integrity, and no, um, you really don't know how much integrity a person has until you've been through something, with them. And with him, this is a man who literally was bought out, forced out of a company because he did something great for humanity against the venture capitalist that invested in his last company. And he took that company to a position where it was worth well over 150 million and almost overnight. And it was with his technology, which he owns 90% of the patents to. And one of the things that triggered that whole entire turn of events was him beating out huge companies like Google, Microsoft, AWS, and those companies for a bid, $300 million funding bid. And, and he was able to do that by creating internet access for kids in I would say, a impoverished community in California. And so he won that bid over all the big companies out there. And he won that business not just because of the technology, everybody has technology, but he won because of his vision and what he wanted to do for people. Guys, I'm going to tell you, again, you wanted to be a part of something, not just something big or something lucrative, but something special. This is probably one of the biggest humanitarian situations that I've seen based on what it's going to do, that you can put your name on and you go to sleep, with a sense of pride. And that's why I'm excited about the situation. That's why I'm in, because I come from that type of a neighborhood here in Houston in Fifth Ward. So just knowing that I can actually one day be the reason why every kid in Fifth Ward has access to internet, and every kid around the world, at some point in time, years from now, has access to internet that couldn't afford it. That in itself is going to, again, put me in a position where I feel like we've done something significant.
Yeah, and that's different. That's a different level of impact right there.
Yeah.
And that's something that not everyone envisions and has the goal to do. But it takes a special person to really see that end goal and saying, hey, now I have a way to be able to give back to the community that I was raised in, and that's something special. I can't wait to see what this can do. When he said we can offer internet service, that was something that was like, well, you mean you tell me I can eliminate the bill that I currently have, that I'm got to keep giving them this money every single month because I have to have it, like I can't turn it off.
Yeah.
And you're telling me there might be a way that we maybe can either eliminate that or lower it through these boxes. That was really, really impressive to me. So yeah.
Real quick, I want to make a correction because I did say something. He raised over $300 million for the funding of a proprietary market on that project, and he actually won. He actually won the bid for a $50 million RFP award from in LA County, providing internet service to over 275,000 locations, beating out AT&T, T-Mobile, Charter, and those other big companies we talked about.
Wow.
So that's huge. And when you think about what you just said, guys, we're in a special place. We really are. When you talk about being able to offer internet, being able to become your own ISP, and all these other things that you get, think about. I'm just going to leave it there. That it's a lot that we have that's valuable. We can go on and on and on about this thing, but I'm gonna put it back in your hands and let you do what you're gonna do. But yeah, I just want you guys to know that this is big and this is special.
No, it is, man. That's it's incredible. It's incredible. Again, my thing is, for me moving forward, the things that I want to bring to my community, the projects, the opportunities, I want them to have value. They got to make sense. They've got to make sense. They've got to have some real value. And if the one thing that I would say is that at the end of the day, when I go to sleep at night, I'm gonna lay down and I'm gonna sleep very well, knowing that there's nobody over here that did not get value with whatever it is that they purchased from Xeta. If they got their boxes in their home, I know that they got value and that they're getting something from it. The value that could come from those tokens could be the life-changing value. That could be the value that really, becomes something, down the line. But again, I can go down and sleep good at night knowing that you're in a real project, you've got real tangible value, and you've got some, value on the crypto side that could, you know, we've seen it. We've seen what it did in other projects. If it does a fraction of that here, you're gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Just being connected to the internet, make money being connected to the internet, right?
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten into how we earn these tokens exactly and how we mine them or earn them in a sense. But I mean, there's a lot more information that's going to be coming out. I'll have content regularly to keep you guys up to date on what's happening. The main thing right now is, do you want to take advantage of the promo that's on the table? And I wanted to get this video out to give everyone that opportunity, because a lot of times this right here, this period that we're in right now is
Mm-hmm.
the difference between the people who make a little extra income just to do some things and the people that create real wealth. This little bit of period of time right here, it could be about 30, 60, 90 days, right, of you seeing an opportunity before others that make the difference on you making a little bit of money and you changing your life in generations to come. And so that's where we are. So all the links are in the description, guys. So if you need to, if you want to, become an affiliate and offer these to others, there's a link there for that. If you just want to go in and make a purchase and say, like, I'm not interested in that side of it, but I'm interested in the technology, the link is right there. It's in the description as well. Matter of fact, I think if you go to the link, it will automatically put my promo code in at the purchase screen. If not, just type my name there, Quentin Bradford, and you'll
Mm-hmm.
be able to get that 50% discount.
Yeah.
So let's see. I think that is
And for
uh,
those of you who actually were invited on by others,
yeah,
and you might be seeing this based on somebody else's channel, because
right.
people rob CPMD all the time. All his stuff is on everybody else's stuff. So
And
hey, just get back with the person
it is
who
what it
invited.
is. Yeah, get back to the person, whoever shared this information with you, get back to them. They're going to also have a link that they're going to be able to give you. We want people to get credit. Look, if hey, at the end of the day, if it isn't me, it's fine. I just want you to be able to get in early, be a part of it, because the more people that become a part of this, the more that it grows, the more that it becomes for all of us. So if there is someone who shared this video with you, or if you found it, because somebody else said, yeah, here, look, they're going to have a code. They're going to have a link as well that they can share with you, and go ahead and, enroll there so that that person can get their credit. Is there any more questions before we go? It does put your name there. Okay. So yeah, Angela says that when you go to the link, it does automatically. So if somebody gives you their link, or if it's my link, whoever, their name will automatically populate in that promo spot so that you can get that discount. So when you're enrolling, they're basically putting your name in the system as an active promo code, at least until it ends. And we don't know a date, but we know that it will end probably by the end of this month, according to Mr. Bean. So
Yes, sir.
well, all right, sir. Man, I appreciate you. This was something that was really kind of impromptu. It just kind of happened, over the last 24 hours. And I said, hey, you want to hop on? You were like, hey, let's do it. And probably within a couple of hours, we put this thing together, and you were available. And so I appreciate you taking time out of your day and your schedule to come on and talk about it. I know you didn't. I know it was nothing for you, because I know how excited you are about it, and I
Yeah.
know what this means as well. So,
Man, I got a chance to pitch Xeta, and I got a chance to share the platform with CPMD. Come on, man.
hey man, you
Oh,
can
it
come
don't get
share
no
it.
better for me today.
Look,
You know what
you
I'm
can
saying?
come share it anytime you like. Anytime you want to come on, and we'll be back. I'm sure. We'll be
Yeah.
back, because there's going to be more things, more information that we're going to share with you. So this isn't the first or the last time that we're going to have you here. And anytime I can get you, hey, I'll take it, and we can just talk and we can share on what's happening. So
Let's
again,
do it.
appreciate you. Tell your lovely wife I said hey, and appreciate the fried rice and the wings. It was really good. I thought about it a couple times since I've been there.
We'll catch up. We'll connect. I know the owner. Let's do it.
Oh man. Well, look, everybody. Again, if you have not subscribed to the channel, before we get out, make sure to subscribe so that you can get the updates, turn those notifications on. We're gonna have a lot more content coming out. Yes, Xeta is, one of the crypto projects that, I'm, all in on. But there's gonna be some other things that we're gonna be talking about. I'm excited because some of the things that are going to be coming here are just very solid, very legitimate. You know, I'm all about building a very balanced and solid portfolio. You can't have your eggs in one basket in this space ever. And you ask Mr. Bean, I guarantee he got his hands in a bunch of pots and he pulling some money from every direction, right? So stay tuned. Get in that CPMD Facebook community, because I can share there every day. I can't always share here. There's the live that we did in Mr. Sam Bean's home. It's there inside the group. If you want to go back and hear from Mr. Kevin Ross, you know, right there in that video, you can hear from him there. So get in that group as well. And we will see you guys on the next one. So for Mr. CPMD and Mr. Samuel Bean, we are out. We'll see you on the next one.
Let's
Peace out,
go.
everyone.